In this week's survey period, we noticed a dramatic uptick in rutting behavior as the bucks really got after the does in a big way. Now, we noticed the vast majority of the photos that we got were of fast-moving deer, very few frames of feeding deer in front of the camera. They were typically walking past and grabbing a mouthful on the way. We also noticed a dramatic uptick again in the number of bucks photographed versus the does photographed. And certainly we saw some real good breeding behavior. Now, one of the video clips, we saw a doe that was standing next to one of the scrape locations, panting, looking back over her shoulder a little bit. She was obviously being chased by a buck. When you see things like this, you're probably pretty close to having an estrus type event. She had obviously been running for a long period of time, and more than likely a buck was very close behind her. We also noticed that the scraping activity dramatically dropped off on the survey properties. This particular buck came in, and although he hit the scrape, he simply did a rub urination, didn't spend the time working the licking branch above or pawing the ground. You're going to notice this time of year a lot less opening or freshening of scrapes. Simply, bucks may check them, rub urinate like this one did, and then move on. We had a really interesting clip submitted by one of our whitetail watchers this past week of a nice mature buck tending a doe and licking her flanks, which is pretty typical, and then mounting the doe for a breeding event. So it was a great capture. Now, if you're trying to figure out where your bucks are typically hidden away during the breeding period, this photo where this breeding buck took place with a grassy, forested area with goldenrod and thick stuff is where we're seeing the vast majority of the breeding activity take place. So if you're having a hard time seeing deer, look for thick cover like this. It just might be the answer for you.